everybody, it's me, and welcome back to the video. Now, I'll explain the lore behind that community post I made today. However, today we are going to be showcasing Mimask. Now, you might be wondering, why? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this at all? So, if you're wondering why I am doing this, it is because there is a reskin of Mimask. So I guess people might want to know little ideas you can have with it. So I'm going to be showcasing a set that can work for both Facade and Mask Swap. We're going to be using Facade for the video because I like Facade more. So we're going to be trying it out. But yeah, so here we have our Mimask. I caught it, and we have the added power cuffs, which allows us for our ranged melee attacks to be a bit stronger, but they also cost a bit more energy. But it's not really a problem. Mimask has a very high energy stat. And yes, let's get to the moves. But first we should talk about the ability. Put on the appearance of another Loomian on your team and gain attack type bonus from their types. So, if you're wondering how this works, the last Loomian in your party slot is the Loomian Mimask is going to turn into. So, if we were on the team battle screen, for example, and I was leading with Mimask, and I put Wobbelisk as my 5th option, my Mimask would turn into Wobbelisk. And I would become an Ice type, and I would gain 25% more damage on Ice type moves. Basically, this is just to, like, it's an undercover agent, essentially. But what we're going to be doing with it is a bit different. We are a mixed Mimask, and I decided to grab Rancidor as the teammate, because Rancidor is a toxic and ancient type, so you actually get stab bonuses from both Muck Blast and Shrewd Blast. But yeah, Tarlagash is here. It's really, really solid damage. Fade Away for his good pivot as well. This is stuff like, what's his face? Sukame. Shrewd Blast is for ancient types like Obsidragon, Venusaur, other stuff that might be a little bit irritating to beat. You can hit them with Shrewd Blast. And then the TPs are very simple. We have 4 energy just to follow the 4 energy rule. 200 melee attack is so that we hit as hard as possible. 88 range attack is just the leftovers that I put in after giving it 8 ranged defense to make it so we can put our range defense 1 over our melee defense. Protogon's melee attack stat. So, I should give lore about where I was, and I will. Oh, God. Hope you all enjoy. Let's get right into it. This took way too long to get a match, but I should explain myself today. I'm pretty sure I can mention it, but I was called in for a civic duty of the jury, and that's where I was all day. I had to wake up very early and stand in line for hours and sit down for hours doing nothing. And that's pretty much how it all went. Like, that's the shortened version. I don't know if I can go into details about what happened, but just know. Alright, if I do this, I wonder if I do this, they'll think, oh, yeah, because, like, okay, look, if we do this, right, Protogon is going to be showing up here. I was going to say, like, if I go with Solnecta, I just bully the heck out of the Nevermare. And honestly, I'm kind of down to do that. Let's do it. And then, let's see how this is going to work. As they lead off with Halvantic. Oh, man, I don't have what's-its-face. Yeah, okay, this is a very obvious Facade. They know I'm Facade Mimask. I'm just going to leave. Okay. Solid. We can actually go Hoganosh and potentially get our ability to proc. So let's see if we can. We can... No Sweet Touch, unfortunately. Let's just go for a Soul Burst and heal. We'd rather not get Chip. But yeah, I had jury duty. It was my first time doing like adult thing. You know, I've been an adult for 2 years now, and nothing really happened. It was just a day that happened, and now, yeah, and now, ta-da! I had to go attend it. It was very interesting. I think it was cool, but I didn't get on the jury. I did not get on the jury. I was selected to get interviewed, but I did not get on to the said jury because, I don't know, I was not a worthy candidate, I guess. Yeah, I hope everyone besides that had a good day. I was afraid I wouldn't be able to get an upload out because I didn't pre-record because I was not thinking that it would have taken all day, but turns out, when I asked, hey, how long do you think this is going to take? they were unsure of their answer. They were like, 4:30? That's if you got onto the jury. However, I did not. I got struck out, so I got to leave. But still, I think it was a very cool experience, and I do not regret in the slightest to going to do it, because it was very cool learning about the court and laws. I think that was a very cool experience that I'm not going to soon forget. And I do think that if you get a summon, I literally said I got summoned. Like, I wasn't even invited. I just got summoned. I felt like it was really cool. I liked the experience. Like, when I got there, it was cool because the case itself was interesting. Again, I don't think I can talk about it, but I did enjoy it. Ba-dum-bum-bum. But yeah, Mimask, right? Mimask, because of the new reskin, maybe people want to see Mimask. I do think that the set works a lot better with mask swap, but I don't care. I'm just gonna hyper sting and kill Revenant, unless it's clutch plushy, which it's not. I don't know why I've been enjoying Melee Solmectra so much. It's probably because it has a draining move, right? Well, I've bulk upped, and if you want to lose all your health, I'm fine with that. Ugh. Ow. Dude, I need to talk about something. So, if anyone here is familiar with Runeslayer, I've talked about it. I never talk about anything I never talk about Loomian Legacy in these videos. I was hoping that wasn't mesmerized, and it wasn't. I never talk about Loomian Legacy videos, but Runeslayer today. Not really today. There's been an ongoing problem where that's not the switch. Where content creators and others have been getting incredibly special treatment. They're like getting boosted and stuff. And it's just been a big issue because like the community manager of the game has just been hosting events and getting like thousands of views. I was watching a stream because, fun fact, it is statistically more likely to earn a reward, like earn a specific drop from the stream than it is to actually play the game, which is insane to me. The fact that the like rewards and drop chances in Runeslayer are that low to where watching a streamer give away items is the best thing to do. Insane. And the sad part is, he's not even good at content creation. He just sits there spawning in mobs and then just blabbers about how he doesn't know how to play his own game. I don't really like him as a content creator. I don't know about him himself personally, so I can't really I don't want to judge someone with the little information that I have about them. However, I don't like what he's doing, and I think it's blatantly taking advantage of the people that are playing his game. I think in his eyes, I mean, it's not really his game, he's just a community manager, but I think in his eyes, he sees it as a way to give to the community. But unfortunately, he's blatantly taking advantage of them because there's a thing where you can donate to his streams to gain higher priority in the giveaways. Which, does that not sound insane? Does that not sound like something that just shouldn't be allowed? Because it just should not be allowed. Like, I don't know. They already did some kind of quote-unquote punishment where you can't get any race rerolls. Essentially, you can get different perks based on your race in Runeslayer, and he was giving away race rerolls, and they decided, no, you can't do that anymore. But yet, he's still able to give out these absolutely cracked items and stuff. And it's insane to me because there's such a low drop chance that, again, you are statistically more likely to get an item from that said stream than you are to actually get it in-game. Just have that play in your mind for a little bit. They have been making a lot of really good quality of life updates to their game, though. I cannot deny that they have been doing a pretty good job with actually giving players stuff to do in their game. The only downside is really just the blatant taking advantage of viewers that he's been doing. And I think it's messed up. I think I don't know. I think in his mind he doesn't see an issue with it, but it is a very, very apparent. I better not die here because then I can't do anything. Yeah, this is like a full offensive Lashen. I'll live. It's fine. Oh my god, I survived. I'm gonna Goop Spout actually, because then Stratosaur could come in on a Muck Blast. And I could poison the Stratosaur. But, I don't know. I just don't think what he's doing is a good thing. Does that really not kill even with Archaic Shell and do or die? Dang. Lashen's that tanky? I get that it's, not a very strong move, but still. Okay, we can send in the Mimask here. See if we can get anything done. Because we have killed 2 things on his team so far. And we have not lost much health. Besides losing an entire Loomian, but... Yeah, like, think about it like this. Surziah, think about it as Surziah streaming and giving away, Rainbow Twilats and Rainbow Duskets, but giving people that donate to her stream higher priority. That's what it's kind of like. Okay, he is not staying in here, which is funny. I can fade away. Oh my god. Did he know? I think he knew. I think he knew. There's also 100% boots. I think he knew just because I was chipped with Tsukame already. I'm so sad. So tragic. I had to turn to Tsukame of every Loomian on my team. Oh no, he's just clicking. No, he's just clicking. Okay. But no, like, if you want to use it in, like, Loomian terms, that is basically what this guy is doing. And what is so irritating is he was streamed for an hour and a half last time I watched it. I hate watching his streams. I will literally only watch the stream because a friend of mine wants an item that is nearly impossible to get normally in the game. And I guess you could say, technically hate watching the stream exclusively to try to get that item for them. But, dude, I genuinely don't understand how it's allowed. Like, that just should not be a thing. And it's the fact that he does not even know his own game. Like, he does not know his own game. If you're wondering what I mean by that, there is an area in the game called the Ancient Demon. What the Ancient Demon is it is this little gacha, essentially. You can get these special item drops called Demon Hearts from enemies within the Fiery region. And with those said hearts, you can give one of them to the Ancient Demon to roll in the gacha. Of course, it's a freaking Billaforge. God, I hate fighting Billaforge, dude. I'm so close to dropping Bulk Up just to get Muck Buck to kill darn Billaforges, because they're so annoying to fight. I need to kind of, like, kill the Billaforge, though. I need to do something. Probably a Thunderstrike will be enough if I can get a ranged attack boost. Okay, a Thunderstrike will definitely be enough to kill. Okay, we shouldn't die to an Earthquake either, unless it's a fire move. But, like, so he admitted on stream that he does not know how to get to this said Ancient Demon area to do the gacha, because he only TPs there with mods. We should live this. Yeah, we do. I should win this. It'll be close, but I should be able to win. I think it'll depend on how much damage Fiery Fondant does to Thaumin, but it should just kill. And now he's forced to Psycho, which, yeah, he's gonna Psycho anyway. But yeah, I don't see Fiery Fondant not. If it doesn't kill, it's fine. We still have enough health to probably tank 2 hits. I don't know, though. Problem is we're going to take damage from our, I guess I can calc it, right? Yeah, I could try to calc it. Thaumin versus Haganash, Atomic, Fiery Fondant. Oh, it should just kill unless Thaumin has a little bit of investment. It should just kill. There should be no way it survives. Because it's saying it's doing 100 to 106. I have 165 investment. I have 88 attack investment. And if this is the standard Thaumin, Let's check. If this is a standard dominant. No, there is literally 0 shot that it lives this hit. If it's tender, it just does not live. So. Oh, my god, it doesn't do any damage. Yeah. We are all good. I was debating if I wanted to do Baneful Bash first, and then not take Recoil, but doesn't really matter. GG. Mimask did nothing. Alrighty. Have I already done 2 battles? Kind of wild. I kind of want to do the same thing. If I can get the lead off, maybe. What's kind of nice is the fact that, you're able to, I don't know, like, there's not really anything that Mimask resists that Rancidor's too worried about getting hit by. Kind of the one issue with this little gimmick of these two. Also, I see a Whipple Drift, so I'm instant. This team honestly just solos their entire team. Maybe I gotta deal with the... I mean, Pyrolin is really easy to deal with if I bring Solnecta. I just have to pray it's not the rare Boom Bash. So let's try this. Oh, I lost. There's a... no, I haven't. I just have to make sure my Solnecta does not ever really die to Land Torch. Because it'll hurt. Okay. Whipple Drift physically cannot kill Rancidor in 1 hit. It's just not how it works. So realistically, they're going to swap out. So I get a stab benefit from this because I am a toxic type. Okay. Well, now I'm not a toxic type, so I don't get the bonus here, tragically. But I am going to get solid amount of damage on the Whipple Drift. Yeah, pretty good, I'd say. We lost the ability, though, and that's okay, because now we're just going to go into the thing that walls Whipple Drift. Oh, imagine if I went Wobbly. I would just get Ice Stab. And the problem is, Mimask knows no ice moves, besides, I believe, Icicle Trap? No, I think it's Poison Barbs. Alright, anyway, now that we do not care about Whipple Drift anymore, let's just try and go for 1 layer of Barbs. I'm going to assume they're going Land Torch, and if Land Torch, it's Solnecta. Solnecta can't kill Whipple Drift right now because I'm Light Dash, tragically. So it's going to be a bit of an interesting way to beat the Whipple, but I'm assuming this makes sense. Pyrolin does mean I can go into Solnecta, and if they burn up, that's fine. Because it could be, like, the rare Volcanic, right? I could also go Sukame. Try that, but I'm just gonna go Solnecta. Just because I am really strong into Pyrolin, but I don't think Pyrolin runs Boom Bash very often. So I don't have to really have too much stress about that. Okay. We're gonna attempt a bulk up here. I know it's a little risky, especially if it has Boom Bash, but even if it does, our real only threat at that point would be the Land Torch. Which hopefully we can beat, because that thing is going to be the threat of the game if I don't handle it. I'm assuming this is Whipple. Rotogon. I get a melee attack increase. I'm realizing that I don't have a lot of ways to switch against range attackers, because my entire team's kind of weak to every range attacker that they have. So, if I go Sukame, it's Goggles, I can Seasong, and we're fine. Yeah, a lot of my team can't really beat them. Okay, is it Goggles? Yes, okay, good to know. Alright, now we pivot, because of the Goggles. Yep. Yeah, a lot... Oh, they had a Doku. Did they really have a Doku? I did not see Doku, I'm not gonna lie. An Icicle Trap is probably coming out here. Rancidor is probably my best bet to win the game. Unfortunately. I'm just gonna go into this. And I guess I'm gonna try to spam my hazards, because if they Icicle Trap, I can't really get rid of them. Okay. I don't have a lot for all their things. That's the problem. I do not have a lot of Loomians and a lot of options to deal with a lot of their stuff on their team. They know I want to go into Solnecta, so they can Fire Breath here, really, and nothing really goes wrong. And the problem is they have Icicle Traps up, so I can't switch Solnecta in that much. Maybe if I go Sukame first, on fire, because they can click Fire Breath and nothing really goes wrong. It just covers everything. Oh, and their Mudslide. Holy crap. This is not going very well. This is a very unfortunate game. Yeah, they don't have any reason to not go into Doku. I guess I can make progress by just frost beaming, because it doesn't do enough damage to me to be able to kill. Yeah, it doesn't do enough. It cannot deal enough damage to me. But okay, progress is being made slightly. We did half, proccing their milkshake. We can wait into a rejuvenate. Again, we can beat this because we can. Its energy will be gone after a while. Baffle. This is gonna be Protagon into a Zip Zap. A lot of stuff I just can't beat. That's kind of the issue. A lot of this game I think is gonna be coming down to Rancidor. So we're gonna have to figure out how we want Rancidor to handle the game. Because they can go Protagon, and there's no issue with it. Now they can Zip Zap, and again, there's no problem with it. I can't switch into Zip Zap. The only real way to do it would be going into this, because I can ignore it. I just broke something. Yeah, like, this is really my best option into it. And they're gonna go... They go Chienta, actually. I mean, I have a whole Tsukame. I have a whole Tsukame, which is why I'm like, why is this here? I guess I'll try a driving. I don't know why this is in. Yeah. Oh! And we're good. I would have not have done that much damage anyway. Oh. I'm still confused on their Whipple Drift play that they did really early on. I'm gonna Driving Force again. If I had a layer of barbs up, though, I'd be getting so much more damage on them. Yeah, because Pyrolin comes in now. I mean, I'm getting damage, I guess, on Pyrolin. It's not a lot, but it's damage. Do I attempt a Deep Freeze for more chip? I think I can barb once. They are kinda... Okay, I'm gonna I think if I keep Waba in... I don't know, because I need to make sure Wobblisk is healthy to deal with the looming threat. If I go Solnecta, Protagon can come in. And if I bulk up into a Light Dash, that's probably my best option, just to get some damage on it. Because right now, my game plan is winning with Rancidor. That's my only real option that I have. Because this guy is allergic to making me do having me do anything. I could actually Hyper Sting into Light Dash, probably does more. So I'm just going to do that instead. Okay, no, they are kind of throwing. They're kind of just sending in... I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I'm completely fine right now. If I Light Dash, it's enough damage to kill Protagon later. But I lose Solnecta because of it. Or they could just Zip Zap. They could do that too. I'm gonna just Light Dash. If they Zip Zap, that's just great. They do. Nice. That'll definitely throw them off, is the Zip Zap there. They're probably gonna end up just going to Chienta. Which if it's Chienta, I go Tsukame. Which then means I Frost Beam. They're kind of confused right now. They're opting for Whipple. I literally just go Wobblisk every single time. Every time Whipple comes in, I have no reason to not do this. I'm literally just gonna click Barbs. I'm just gonna click Barbs. And they might get irritated at the fact that I can just do this, and they might just decide to go into Pyrolin to just go for Fire Breath. Which, I don't know. I feel like as long as the Whipple Drift doesn't get going, you can win. I think they're going to Fire Breath here, though. I honestly don't see any circumstance where they don't do that. I'm going to attempt Solnecta. I doubt it's going to survive any of this. But we'll see. Yeah, they do Fire Breath. I should live? No, I don't. Yeah, it makes sense, though. I was not expecting to. I could try Mimask, I guess. Honestly, I can't do a whole lot. Is like the main issue here is I can't do much. We could attempt a Gnarly Gash. We could also Fade Away, but I think Gnarly Gash is probably the best option. It gets us the most damage on Pyroling, which we really, really need right now. And actually, we're alive still. Okay, we can actually pick up a kill now. Nothing that he has can survive a Gnarly Gash right now. Everything on his team is incredibly chipped. Everything is. And our Wobblisk is still incredibly healthy. They're about to lose the one thing that they had to switch in against Wobblisk. Everything else that I have can do something. Only real issue is I don't have a priority thing to beat Protogon. So that's kind of the main issue that I'm having right now. Okay. Shrewd Blast is probably stronger because Doku's are frailer on the range side. It wasn't, but it doesn't really matter all too much. Okay. Rancidor at this point cannot just win the game. If I go Waba, the only issue is right now is I need Rancidor to be on the field when Protogon is there. I don't see any reality where, like, okay, at this point, they're chipped enough, I feel like. But Tsukame needs to live. So everything on my team right now needs to live. That's kind of the main issue that I'm having. Everything I have needs to be living. Do I finally just go for the driving force here? Because they could just rejuvenate. And this would be a good driving force to get off if they rejuve. No, they just go for the damage. Ugh! Okay. I now can no longer use this as any switch-in besides beating Whippledrift, which, here it is. That's perfect. This is exactly what we wanted, was Whippledrift coming in here. Now, literally nothing stops driving force. Nothing stops it. If they Tempest, that's tragic. Oh, they Luster. That's doing nothing. Yeah, that does literally 0 damage. I'm just going to deal all the damage back to them with the driving force. And this should always kill Pyroling. This Pyroling should be dead here. Should be. Yes, Pyroling dies. So Protogon is coming in now. And this is where the problem is. Protogon coming in is threat number 1. However, I believe at this point, they do not have the health to beat me. So I'm trying to think. Knowing that it's Luster loot. I needed 2 more layers. They have Dokomori, they have Protogon, they have Chienta. So I believe that right now, as long as... Okay. I believe right now, I am fine to sack Wobblisk. I'm trying to think if I can do anything else. But I believe right now, I have to sack Wobblisk and go into Rancidor and then go for the Muck Blast. If Protogon dies, Tsukame is looking fine. The only real issue is at that point, I need to do something to beat the Whippledrift. Which, let's look at Mimask's bulk real quick. 175, and it has 91 range defense compared to Rancidor's 117. So there's literally 0 shot that we die to a Tempest. I can Driving Force here. I'm just going to die to Metal Blast. That is happening. I can't stop it. I guess technically I could have gone into Tsukame, and then I could have survived a little bit longer. But he got a ranged attack increase. I could actually go into Tsukame, but it doesn't really do anything. Mimask, though, putting in the work, getting that chip that we needed on Pyroling. Okay, we can Muck Blast and just kill Protogon. Okay, that is that dead. It's literally all if we survive a Whippledrift Tempest. That's what this game is. Can we survive Whippledrift? Oh, well, they're playing it immediately. If they sack Whipple, they lose to Tsukame if I play it right. So, yeah, I just Muck Blast. I should not die to this. The Mimask survived. Yes. And I survived that actually incredibly well. I should be able to survive another Escal Trap chip as well. I should. So, it's kind of about how we want to handle this thing. It's chipped enough for Body Crash to just kill it, though. So I can play Tsukame. But no, they misplayed. They should have gone into Chienta first. Try to get as much chip as they could out of Rancidor before going for a Tempest. Okay, I'm gonna heal, because I have full energy. I need to heal. Actually, technically could have just Body Crashed, right? There's nothing really stopping that. Doku is in Oh yeah, nothing really stopped body crash, huh? I win. I just body crashed twice. Yeah, I just body crashed twice. Yeah. Oh my god, what a game. That was very close. That was a shockingly close game. Holy crap. But no, the Mimask did pave the way for that game, just because it got the big damage enchanted that we absolutely needed. But I think he fumbled it really bad. I had no real good options into a majority of his team, but I played my predictions a lot better than he did. I called him out on more things, but he did play very well. That was a GG. Good game. But yeah, sorry for yapping a lot about Runeslayer stuff. I'm sorry about all the yapping, but hope that you all enjoyed. And very tired. You know, standing around doing nothing for 5 hours just to be told to go home, honestly takes a lot out of you. You know, I had to wake up very early. But yeah, I hope everyone had a good time. And I'll see everyone in the next one. Bye-bye!